Toy trains, remote-controlled aeroplanes and models built with plastic bricks. It might sound like a children's bedroom, but these are the playthings of thousands of adults reliving their youth.
Yes, they're gathering over the next few days at an exhibition in London. Our reporter Simon Clemerson has been looking at where the fascination with model engineering comes from.
Don't look now, Daddy, but I think little John is badly bitten.
They are the generation who grew up with train sets and construction kits. But what was once a post-war toy is now a serious hobby. Some spend £20,000 a year recreating little pieces of British transport history. And this is no niche pastime. Organisers here estimate there are 500,000 enthusiasts tucked away in garages around the country.
Obviously we all modelled airfix kits, other things when we were kids. Then you start courting, there's a family comes along, and then when the children are grown up, you've got all this time spare again. And you think back to what you used to do when you were young, and you might take up model aircraft again, model boats.
People here used to travel on these trains. That was reflected in the toys they played with, and so they've developed a passion for making models out of them later in life. But things are now much more computerised. Youngsters play with video games. So will they still make steam trains when they retire?
Does it really matter if they don't? One charity set up to get children interested in engineering says model making does need to appeal to young people.
It's important because they learn some basic skills.
I'm not sure I'm doing that well.
No, not too bad.
Oh.
And they're also learning to use simple tools, and they're having fun. They make something they can take away with them, and at the end of the day can lead to a career in engineering.
So it's a bit of fun, but it could end up as a job.
Exactly, absolutely, and we are needing engineers all the time.
And there are some fresher faces even amongst the adults here. But is there enough interest from children, not just to keep the many clubs and societies alive, but to return to a more industrialised economy in the years ahead?
Now, children were building model aircraft 40 or 50 years ago, of course, but Manny, it's a bit more exciting now.
It's certainly changed. Whether it's more exciting or not is another matter.
And do children still do this?
Absolutely. Children are still building and flying model aeroplanes.
And that may be because there is one real fuel in every engine you see here.
Gary, just for people who don't know, why is it so exciting to stick these bricks together and make this model?
Well, for a start, it's the tactile feel of the bricks as you put them together. That's very satisfying. But it's also the fact that any brick will connect to any other brick. It's one big system.
So bricks you had as a kid will still work?
Yes, bricks I had as a kid in the 60s will connect to bricks you buy in the store now.
You've got a few more now, though, look.
I certainly have. When I was a kid, I could never build what I wanted to build because I didn't have enough. Now I've got a few more bricks and I can build slightly bigger
Taj Mahal now.
You certainly could.
The children of the last century are certainly reliving their youth, but they believe that is what you do when you retire, and the generations to come will be no different. Simon Clemerson, BBC News, Alexandra Palace.
Let's see what's coming up a little later in the programme.